Hi, I'm Abhishek Barua, the executive chef here at Service Bar, and we're going to walk you through one of our favorite things. It's our version of a charred salsa verde. Our take on the traditionally raw dishes, we like to burn a little bit on the outside to add a little of the roasty flavors that you can get. If you have a grill at home, this is also an easy thing to do underneath there, or a blowtorch would work as well. So we have our ingredients, very simple. We have tomatillos, which we've chucked and washed a little bit. So they come with the peel on. I've taken the peel off and then rinsed them to get the stickiness off. I've got garlic that I've peeled as well. You can actually leave it in the cloves if you'd like for this recipe. You just take it out the end, no problem. We've got some jalapenos and serranos. I've got 3 of each. We've got some salt, got some honey. We're using, in this case, our wildflower honey because we make a honey vanilla bean vodka with it. It's delicious. We have some cilantro. We go by a count, so we're saying 40 pieces of cilantro. Is it going to be exact? No, but it gives us a good reference point. And we've got some onions. So we're going to char these off and we'll get started. In the case of chilies, we've got 2 different types here. We have the larger jalapeno and we have the smaller serrano. The general rule of thumb is the smaller the chili, the spicier it is. So our serranos are going to be more than twice as hot as our jalapenos. When it comes to spiciness, you can adjust the levels as you please by removing the seeds and the ribs if you'd like. Or you can leave them on if you want it spicy. We are going to char these under the salamander, so what that's going to do is it's going to remove a little bit of the water. It will also turn up the heat, so be mindful of the way you're going. I like it half and half, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chilies out of our serranos, and then I'll leave the ones in the jalapenos. Easy way to do it is you can grab a spoon, scoop it in, like so, go like so, and you're done. Just like that. You can use your hands if you want to. I do recommend gloves, contrary to what I'm doing right now, because it will start to burn your hands a little bit. If you are a masochist and you like the pain, then it doesn't really matter. So that's the way I'm going to do it. So we come to the onion. This is the thing that most people show off their knife skills with, good to practice with. Many, many, many ways to cut an onion. This is going to be a very, very cool way, which will show you all of my knife skills. I take the end off here, okay? I'm going to take the end off here, okay? And I cut it in half at this point because it lets you have some leverage for pulling the outside layer off. Typically you're going to lose a little bit in the process anyway, so just grab that outside layer and it should come off relatively quickly. In culinary school, we'd use a paring knife for this, but no reason for that. Let's just lose it. You could actually char this with the skin on as well if you wanted to peel it afterwards, if you want to go further and do kind of a roasted salsa, but we're going to try and keep the raw element, so we take it off too. And then I'm going to cut it into a very small, small dice. Okay, you ready? Here we go. We're going to go this way. Just kidding. You just do this and this. And that's what we want to do for this recipe because everything's going to be around the same size. Can I do a really small cut? Yes, but you're not going to see it today. We're just going to do this. Just like so. Sorry, not as exciting as you wanted to see, but it's what we need for the recipe. Just keep in mind that whenever you do anything with knife skills, it is fun to look cool, but what's more important is to make sure you have consistent cuts. With consistent pieces, it's going to allow us to get to the level of cooking we want. So you'll see that I have the jalapenos here. I'm going to put the garlic here as well, because these are thinner. They're going to get a quick char. This garlic, again, has just been peeled. There's no other treatment to it at this point. You don't need to cut it, you don't want it small. If you make it too small, you will burn it too much. We just want to get a char and keep the inside still raw. This is supposed to be a fresh salsa. So we're at the restaurant here, so we have some access to nice tools. If you have an oven at your home and you're wondering what their broiler does, this is the time to use it. If you're using an electric broiler, just keep the door vented so it stays on at all times. If you have a gas grill, get that thing really hot. You can do it over there as well. If you have a burner, you can char it on the burner as well. But this is what we have, so you will take this, slide it underneath here. This guy will work almost like an upside down grill. It'll get us what we want very, very quickly. One more thing you can do if you don't have some stuff at home is if you have some tools, such as this, or classic Burns-O-Matic, you can use a blowtorch. Make sure you're using a industrial grade torch. Do not use a creme brulee torch as it does not get hot enough. Just 1, 2, turn it on. And we can also burn it this way. Look how fast that chars. So we're getting very close on this. We're at char. We want that. We want it to be black and splattered on the top. We'll flip it over to the other side. One of the things that you might not be familiar with is grills are not always consistent. Even though it looks like that heating element is the same around, it has a center hot spot. So you want to experiment with your grill and see where the hottest spots are and make sure you rotate the food around. It will not cook evenly across unless you keep your eyes on it. So flip it over and we're basically there. All right, we're here for the final steps. We have our charred veg here, have fresh cilantro, onions, and our tomatillos. This is the most difficult step of the entire process. We use our trusty high-powered blender, and we proceed to stick things in. Ideally, you'd cut this smaller, but you don't have to because the blender will take care of it if you have a high-powered one. I use the stem as well because the stem has a lot of great flavor. Some garlic. There's our chili. And we've got our tomatillos. If you get any juice, go ahead and drop that in there as well. That's fine. Seems that I'm popular right now. I think I can squeeze it all. We'll try our best. Here we go. You know what? We're going to make it work. That is what we do. Okay, important thing on these is please use a lid and please use a plunger if you have one. Do not blend without a lid. You might get hurt, probably will get hurt. My last two ingredients I have here is my honey and my salt. And while we have it measured out in the recipe for what we do at the restaurant, it's important to taste with a spoon. The way that I like to describe it, just like the recipe says, it's like, you know, you met someone for the first time and you thought they were sweet, you kind of want to see them again. That's how this should taste. So, start off by adding a little pinch of salt. Over there. There we go. And I'm going to cause some agitation here. It's going to make some noise, but it's good. We want this to be smooth, so here we go. For the purposes of film, we'll show you what it's supposed to look like. When something is blending properly, you will get a vortex where everything in the center will start to go in like this. If this is not happening, you're not blending properly. You need to get everything to turn over, otherwise it's not worth it. If it gets stuck, agitate it a little bit or add some water if you need to. Just ensure that you have this constant motion, this turbulence. The longer you go, the finer the puree will be. We'll add some honey to it. Nope, we got a little shot there, and then we do our taste test. Viscosity is just where we want it to be. Wow, somehow I got it perfect for the first time. All right, there you go. This is our salsa verde, charred. It goes well on tacos, it goes well with chips. When you have this around, you will have it for pretty much any reason. You can put it on pretty much anything and it'll taste good in sweet and savory applications. So, use for your tacos. Use it for some desserts too. The tomatillo is a nice and sour and sweet vegetable. So, enjoy. Thank you.